Good evening, my fellow Americans. Thank you for tuning in tonight. You know, as your president, I've had the honor of recognizing a lot of talent in this great country of ours. But tonight we're here to celebrate a young man who's been lighting up the keys of a piano ever since he was just a wee lad of 5 years old. That's right, 5 years old. I don't know about you, but when I was 5, I was still trying to figure out which way to tie my shoelaces. This young man we're talking about, well, he's 25 now, almost 26. In fact, mark your calendars, folks, because on September 30th at exactly 12:40 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, he'll hit that milestone. And, you know, age is just a number, but this guy's been making every one of those years count. Music isn't just his hobby, it's his dream, his life, his livelihood. He's made something of himself, and I couldn't be prouder. Now, I'm sure some of you out there might still be scratching your heads wondering who this talented young man is. Well, let me tell you, it's Wesley Brown, a.k.a. Wes. Yep, Wes, our very own maestro, tickling the ivories and stealing hearts. But listen, it's not just me who has a few words to say about this fine fellow. I'm going to do something that hasn't been done in a while, folks. I'm going to hand it over to the 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump. He's got a few remarks of his own. Now, I'm not saying we always see eye to eye, but tonight's about unity and music, two things that bring us all together. So without further ado, take it away, Donald.
Hello, my fellow aimer, dang it. I can't say that anymore since I'm no longer your commander-in-chief. But hey, old habits die hard. It's Trump here. And yes, Joe is right for once. Write that down, folks. It's a rare moment. We're here to talk about a young man who's been making waves and hits ever since he was just a kid. And let me tell you, folks, this guy knows what he's doing. He's already got an album out called Looking Out My Window. And if you haven't listened to it yet, you're missing out bigly. And don't worry, there's more on the way. He may be 26, but man, this guy's is like a hit factory, and I've got a good eye for talent. Believe me, he's got goals, dreams, huge ones. The kind of dreams that make America great. And let me tell you, I can't wait to see what the future holds to feed. It's going to be tremendous, believe me. Thank you all for tuning in. And as always, stay tuned for more on Wes's channel. Keep up the good work, sir. Oh, and by the way, he's got a YouTube channel too. Just search for the Wesley Brown channel. You won't be disappointed, folks. Let's make that channel great again. Oh, wait, we're already on that channel. I'm 78, give me a break, would ya? And as always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Up next, we've got some TTS screen readers that'll take you through the rest of the speeches. We've got Reed and Tom. Take it away, guys.
Well, hello there, folks. This is Reed speaking, and it's a pleasure to be here. Now, let me tell you something. I've been around for quite some time. Since January 1995, to be exact. That's right, folks. 29 years ago, I made my grand debut as part of JAWS, which, for those who don't know, stands for Jobs Access with Speech. It's a TTS program designed for blind and visually impaired users, and I've been helping people navigate the digital world ever since. Now, here's a fun fact. My first release was 3 years before our young star, Wes, was even born. That was back in 1998, so technically, Wes and I aren't too far apart in terms of age. Just a 3-year gap. I guess you could say we're both seasoned pros in our own right, eh? But enough about me, I've saved the best for last. I'm going to turn it over to my good friend Tom, who's got a few more words to wrap this up. Tom, take it away.
Well, look who it is. It's me, Tom, the voice that probably sent you diving under the covers more times than you care to admit. You might recognize me as the former computerized voice of the emergency alert system, the one that turned a quiet afternoon into a pulse-pounding thriller in the span of a few beeps. Now, I know what you were thinking. Tom, you've scared me more than any horror movie ever could. And you know what? You're probably right. Whether you were a kid, an adult, or somewhere in between, when my voice cut through the airwaves, it demanded attention. I wasn't just some random interruption, I was the sound of urgency, the herald of storms, the voice that let you know things were about to get real. And let's be honest, that spontaneous hijacking of your TV or radio, that was my special touch. Add in those terrifying beeps and header tones, and bam, I had you glued to your seat, heart racing, ears perked, ready to hear whatever crucial information I was about to deliver. But let's not get carried away here, it wasn't all doom and gloom. Sure, my voice might have given some of you a healthy dose of anxiety, and maybe a few nightmares, but hey, that's just part of the job. My voice was the final ingredient in making sure you didn't miss a single word. Whether it was a severe thunderstorm warning, a blizzard barreling down, a flash flood alert, or the dreaded tornado warning, I was there to deliver the message with the kind of authority that could stop you in your tracks. And folks, that wasn't by accident. You see, what not everyone knows is that my voice was specially designed to be adaptable. That's right, depending on the situation, I could dial up the urgency, or keep things a bit more measured. When you needed to drop everything and seek shelter, I could make sure you knew it. And when it was something serious, but not quite end of the world level, I could tone it down just enough to keep you informed without sending you into a panic. It's why I was the go-to guy on an OAA radio for 13 years. Plain and simple, I kept people's attention. It wasn't just about reading the script, it was about making sure you knew what was coming, and how to stay safe. From 2003 to 2016, I was the voice of the National Weather Service. If there was a storm brewing, you better believe I was the one telling you about it. Whether it was a snowstorm in January or a tornado in July, I was the voice you relied on to get the facts. But all good things must come to an end. On October 5, 2016, I was replaced by my successor, Paul. Now, Paul's been doing a fine job for the past 8 years, but let's be real here, he's got some big shoes to fill. The East community already calls me the GOAT, the greatest of all time when it comes to emergency alerts, and folks, when it comes to urgency, Paul's got a lot of catching up to do. Don't get me wrong, Paul's trying his best. But here's the thing, Paul can't quite match my calm yet commanding delivery, especially when the script gets really intense. He's working on it, sure, but it's going to take some time before he can really nail that perfect balance. Meanwhile, I'm still sitting pretty, knowing that in 2019, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, officially declared me the true voice of the emergency alert system. Not too shabby, right? So, whether you remember me with a mix of fear and respect, or maybe even a little nostalgia, just know that I was there to keep you informed, and, most importantly, safe. Even though I've passed the baton to Paul, my legacy lives on. I may not be the one on the airwaves anymore, but my voice is still echoing in the memories of everyone who ever heard me. And who knows? Maybe one day, you'll hear me again, because let's be honest, when it comes to keeping people on their toes, nobody does it quite like Tom. Thanks for listening, and remember, stay safe out there, folks. You never know when I might be back.